Hello everybody, I am Ayush Lekhi, a virtual intern of Athlete Technologies. Today I am going to present to you my analysis on Wavecon's 5G technology rollout in its services this year. The agenda of this presentation includes company introduction, objective of the presentation, stakeholder questions provided to Athlete by Wavecon, important KPI metrics, KPI means key performance indicator, my insights and recommendations to the analysis, live dashboard. Yes, I have provided a live dashboard that I've embedded in the presentation itself. And at the end, feedback. For your feedback and suggestions, you can obviously reach out to my social media handles that I will show you at the end of the presentation. Now, Wavecon has been our trusted client for many years now, and Athlete has been providing its reliable services as part of its partnership with Wavecon for many years. Wavecon is a dynamic player in the telecommunications industry, and recently it has made a major leap forward by introducing its 5G network in its services. The objective of this presentation is to provide you my analysis on the stakeholder questions provided to Athlete. I'll answer those questions via my analysis that I will just show you ahead. What are those stakeholder questions? Those stakeholder questions addresses five major topics. First is launch impact. What is the impact of the 5G launch on our revenue? KPI performance. Which KPI is underperforming after the 5G launch? Plan performance. After the 5G launch, which plans are performing well in terms of revenue and which plans are not performing well? Feasible plans. Is there any plan affected largely by the 5G launch, and should we continue or discontinue that plan? And lastly, consequence. Is there any plan that is discontinued by Wavecon after the 5G launch, and what is the reason for it? Now the important information here is that Wavecon launched its 5G technology in its network services from June of this year, and the time period that I have taken for my analysis is from June to September for after 5G, and before 5G it is January to April. Now the main KPIs, the key performance indicators here are revenue, ARPU, which stands for average revenue per user, TAU, total active users, and total unsubscribed users. Now we can clearly see here that Wavecon generated a total of 31.9 billion rupees as revenue with a monthly average of 4 billion rupees. But after rolling out its 5G technology, its revenue decreased by 0.1 billion rupees from 16 billion rupees to 15.9 billion rupees with a difference of 0.50%. Average revenue per user increased actually from 190.2 rupees to 211.3 rupees, which shows a clear inclination of users' interest towards 5G. But on the other hand, we will see total active users, it decreased from 84.4 million to 77.4 million with a difference of 8.28%, which we will see ahead in the presentation as to why here it shows a stark contrast between the metrics. Total unsubscribed users also increased from 5.6 million to 7.0 million with a whopping difference of 23.50%, and we will understand ahead in the presentation as to why this is so. Now, insights. The first stakeholder question was, what is the impact of 5G launch on our revenue? The launch of 5G hasn't caused a significant impact in terms of revenue, The total revenue after 5G has in fact reduced by zero point 0.1 billion rupees with a change of 0.50% as I told you earlier. The monthly average, as you can see in the chart, is more or less the same as after 5G and before 5G are more or less the same throughout the time period, but it had an impact on the cities. Mumbai is the most positively affected city, generating highest revenue after 5G, followed by Kolkata and Delhi. Delhi, despite being the capital of India, failed to embrace the 5G technology, generating 0.83% less revenue after 5G, which is the worst in all the cities. And second to that is Chennai. Ahmedabad, despite being a business easy city, generated 0.02% less revenue after 5G. Gurgaon, being an IT city in Haryana, generated 1.51% more revenue after 5G technology was rolled out, but it has second to least impact on it because it generated 547 million rupees in total. Lucknow, being the capital of Uttar Pradesh, generated 1.82% more revenue after 5G. Raipur was the least impacted but generated 1.15% more revenue. Here is a comparison of the top 5 cities and bottom 5 cities. You can clearly see here that Mumbai tops this chart. It generated 4.9 billion rupees in total. Second is Delhi. Third is Kolkata. Fourth, Bangalore. And fifth, Chennai. The bottom 5 cities are Patna, Coimbatore, Chandigarh, Gurgaon, and Raipur. Now, total revenue is actually a consequence of the positive performance of average revenue per user metric. So this metric is essential to be discussed. Average revenue per user increased significantly, generating 11.05% more revenue. Had has a positive impact on majority of the cities. It shows users' interest towards 5G technology. Monthly average sharply increased during this time period, although it declined a little bit during the initial stages. Impact on cities. Mumbai is the most positively affected city, generating the highest revenue per user, followed by Patna and Lucknow. Raipur, despite being a small city, showed the most increase in average revenue per user at 22.25%, followed by Ahmedabad and Patna. Pune, despite having many IT industries companies set up there, generated the least amount of revenue per user at 187.13 rupees. Pune users contributed the least amount of revenue per user with a change of minus 12.88%. Bangalore, being the Silicon Valley of India, is among the top 5 cities that generated more revenue per user at 19.60%, but is also among the bottom 5 cities generating less revenue per user. The top 5 cities for average revenue per user are Mumbai, Patna, Lucknow, Coimbatore, and Hyderabad. The bottom 5 cities are Pune, Kolkata, Chandigarh, Bangalore, and Ahmedabad. Now, the important reasons behind these trends are infrastructure costs. Investments required for 5G deployment might have impacted monthly average, reducing total revenue. Metro market dynamics. In metro areas, customer adoption of 5G plans may have faced barriers such as higher costs or perceived lack of added value. Plan migration impact. Revenue from monthly plans might have been temporarily disrupted during the transition to 5G offerings. Urban versus non-urban trends. The positive growth in smaller cities, that is Patna and Lucknow, hints at effective targeting strategies, while metro areas like Delhi and Chennai showing a revenue decline could be affecting the monthly average, and the major cities are a major factor here. Localized adoption patterns. Smaller cities like Raipur benefiting from tailored 5G plans and promotions highlight effective localized strategies, which is a good thing. Recommendations. My top 5 recommendations to solve these problems would be: first, boost monthly averages, introduce affordable monthly 5G plans to attract hesitant users and increase subscriptions, provide enhanced monthly benefits like additional data or value-added services, example streaming, platform partnerships. Address metro declines, launch urban-specific campaigns focused on educating users about 5G benefits, offer loyalty rewards for existing users to prevent churn and sustain monthly averages, optimize low-performing cities, launch specific promotional offers in Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad to revive the demand, because these are the cities which showed less growth. Introduce more affordable 5G bundles targeting budget users in these cities. Fourth, focus on growing regions, capitalize on cities showing revenue growth, example Lucknow and Patna, by introducing tailored monthly plans for these markets. Lucknow showed the highest growth, as you can see, as you would have seen in the previous slide. Optimize revenue strategies. Regularly monitor monthly average trends to identify cities or segments requiring intervention. Run seasonal promotions to stabilize monthly average during periods of decline. Now, the second question was, which KPI is underperforming after the launch? Before moving on to the most underperforming KPI, I want to discuss here another important metric, which is total active users, which is essential to be discussed. Total active users decreased quite significantly from 84.4 million to 77.4 million in number, with a change of minus 8.28%. But it has a stagnant effect on most cities, leaving a few which were negatively affected. Monthly average after 5G rollout started declining significantly after August, staying positively correlated with before 5G for first 3 months, as you can see here in the monthly trend chart. Impact on cities. Pune is the only city that showed a significant increase in its active users from 6 to 8 million at 18.06%. Major cities like Mumbai, Bangalore, and Delhi experienced decrease in its users 14.35%, 13.94%, and 17.63% respectively. Ahmedabad experienced the highest decrease in its users at 18.93%, followed by Delhi and Raipur. Mumbai has the highest number of users, standing at 23 million, followed by Kolkata and Delhi. Raipur has the lowest number of users, standing at 2 million, followed by Gurgaon and Chandigarh. Total active users, the top 5 cities are Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, Bangalore, and Chennai. Bottom 5 cities: Patna, Coimbatore, Chandigarh, Gurgaon, Raipur. Now, the most underperforming KPI is total unsubscribed users. Total unsubscribed users increased a lot after 5G rollout, from 5.6 million to 7.0 million in number, with a change of a whopping 23.50%. It impacted almost all the cities, leaving only Mumbai, which was positively affected. Monthly average although started increasing initially after the launch of 5G, but it stopped after 2 months. It remained stagnant and started declining after August, whereas total unsubscribed users were consistently increasing before 5G, which shows a good sign. It shows that during the initial stages, customers might have felt uneasy towards the 5G rollout, but after some time, after August, as you can see here in the monthly trend chart, it started declining. towards September. Impact on cities. Lucknow showed the highest number increase in users after the rollout of 5G, followed by Pune and Jaipur. Mumbai is the only city, as you can see here in the table visual, that was least impacted, showing decrease in its unsubscribed users from 958,000 to 837,000 at minus 12.63%. Raipur users unsubscribed the least, standing at 120,000 with a change of 10.53%, second to Mumbai. Mumbai is also the city which has the highest number of unsubscribed users at 1,795,000, followed by Delhi and Kolkata. Raipur is also followed by Gurgaon and Chandigarh having the lowest number of unsubscribed users, which shows that Raipur users, Gurgaon users, and Chandigarh users are willing to embrace the 5G technology. Top five cities in this metric are Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, Bangalore, and Chennai. The bottom five cities Patna, Coimbatore, Chandigarh, Gurgaon, and Raipur. Reasons behind these trends. The top four reasons are plan pricing concerns. Higher priced 5G plans might have alienated cost sensitive customers, leading to higher churn rates. User experience issues. Limited network coverage or inconsistencies in performance could have triggered dissatisfaction among users, driving them to unsubscribe because 5G has not been rolled out in all the areas, so the customers might be facing inconsistencies in performance due to network issues. It will take time. Perception of value. Some users might not perceive the shift to 5G as worth the additional cost or effort, especially if their needs are met by other providers or technologies. City-specific factors. Spikes in cities like Lucknow, Pune, and Jaipur may indicate challenges related to local adoption strategies, market competition, or customer engagement. Since Wavecon is not the only provider of 5G technology, there are also some other industries which are rolling out 5G technology. So here is the reason for that perception of value. Some users might not perceive the shift to 5G as worth the original cost or effort, especially if their needs are met by other providers or technologies, which I will show you in the head in the presentation why it is so. Recommendations. My top five recommendations would be to address the cost concerns, introduce more budget-friendly plans tailored to attract price-sensitive users in cities with high unsubscriptions, offer exclusive discounts or trial periods for unsubscribed users to incentivize their return, enhance network infrastructure, run re-engagement campaigns, target unsubscribed users with personalized communication highlighting the benefits of rejoining Wavecon, promote specific city-level offers, particularly in regions like Lucknow and Pune, provide value-added services. Wavecon can give 5G plans with additional features like free OTT subscriptions, higher data allowances, or loyalty rewards to increase perceived value, which will definitely attract more customers as we people are privy to given benefits. Improve customer support, strengthen customer support mechanisms to handle grievances effectively and reduce the likelihood of churn. Now, the third important stakeholder question was after the 5G launch, which plans are performing well in terms of revenue and which plans are not. The well performing plans are Plan 1 and Plan 11. Plan 11 was rolled out after 5G. As you can see here, there was no revenue data for before 5G, but it showed a good sign. It generated a lot of revenue which is 1.9 billion rupees after 5G. Now some reasons as to why Plan 1 and Plan 11 are performing well are good data offers. These plans offer high daily data limits, which is attractive for regular internet users, especially for streaming, gaming, or work from home needs. As you already know, a lot of companies are adopting work from home strategies and hybrid strategies for its employees. Long validity. Plan 1 gives 3 months, a total of 90 days of service, and users love longer validity to avoid recharges. Customer habit. Mobile users now prefer unlimited daily data plans instead of fixed total data plans. Plan 11, which is a post 5G plan, it was launched specifically keeping 5G consumption behavior in mind, high data needs. New consumers adopting 5G quickly preferred bigger and richer plans. Now there are some plans which, although didn't perform exceedingly well, but they remained stable. And those plans are Plan 2, Plan 3, and Plan 12. As you can see here, the Plan 2, its revenue before 5G was 1.5 billion rupees. After 5G also it was same. Same for Plan 3. And Plan 2, it generated a good amount of revenue, which is 1.2 billion rupees. It is actually after 5G plan. Now some reasons as to why Plan 2, Plan 3, and Plan 12 are stable plans are Plan 2 offers a balanced offer of decent daily data and medium validity. It still fits regular users who have moderate to heavy data needs but don't need 2 GB per day. Plan 3 offers affordable short-term plan for light to moderate users. It is popular among students, young professionals, and budget-conscious users. Plan 12, which is a post-5G plan, captured users who wanted a mid-tier 5G plan, not very expensive and not very cheap. It appealed to customers upgrading from 4G but not ready to pay for premium plans. Now, there are some plans which were not performing well, and those plans are Plan 4, Plan 5, Plan 6, and Plan 13. You can see here that the revenue of all these plans decreased significantly after 5G was rolled out. And Plan 13, which is a post 5G plan, it failed to generate a good amount of revenue compared to Plan 11 and Plan 12. Now the reasons why Plan 4, Plan 5, Plan 6, and Plan 13 are not performing well are these plans are offering low data. Plan 4 and Plan 13 are offering only 500 MB per day and 750 MB per day, which is very low compared to Plan 1 and Plan 1 to Plan 3. It is also insufficient for 5G users who consume much more daily. Plan 5 is a talk time only plan, and in the 5G world, data is more important now. One time data packs. Plan 6 offers only fixed GBs instead of daily limits. Today, users prefer unlimited daily data over limited one time data packs. Fourth reason is short validity. Only 28 days validity means customers have to recharge frequently, which can be irritating. Fifth, not aligned with 5G customer user behavior. 5G encourages more video consumption, online gaming, cloud usage, and all these needs high data. Now coming to the fourth stakeholder question, is there any plan affected largely by the 5G launch and should we continue or discontinue that plan? The only plan that should be discontinued is Plan 7. As you can clearly see here that before 5G, its total revenue was 582.4 million rupees, and after 5G, it decreased to a staggering low of 155.6 million rupees, which is very low. Now we will look at the reasons behind why Plan 7 should be discontinued. It is not compatible with 5G expectations. 5G users expect high speed and high volume daily data and not a fixed 25 GB data. It offers 25 GB combo data pack, which is a fixed GB data. Old technology positioning. The plan is still branded for 3G and 4G, which feels outdated after the 5G launch, which clearly shows that it will not be suitable to the customers who are looking for 5G data needs. And Plan 7 offers only 4G data pack. No daily data refill. Fixed 25 GB total. That means once it's used up, users are stuck or forced to recharge again. People prefer daily data limits, example 1 GB per day and 2 GB per day, to avoid running out suddenly. Poor value perception compared to new 5G plans offering 1.5 GB per day or 2 GB per day. 25 GB fixed looks small and poor value for money. Extremely low revenue generation, as you clearly saw in the previous slide, that users are avoiding it after the 5G launch because it's occupying product space but not contributing to revenue. It also confuses customers who are browsing for better plans. We will also look at some reasons as to why Plan 7 worked before 5G. Before 5G, 4G speeds were slower and manageable. On 4G networks, people consumed less data because streaming, downloading, and browsing were slower compared to 5G. And for 25 GB fixed GB data, it could easily last for many users for a month if they mainly used social media, light browsing, and moderate video streaming. It offered limited heavy data usage. Before 5G, Ultra HD video streaming, cloud gaming, and heavy app updates were not that common, so users didn't need huge daily data, so a one-time fixed pack was enough and affordable. Some users still preferred top-up style plans. Some users use Wi-Fi at home or office and mobile data only outside, so they don't need daily large data packs. For them, a fixed pack for a month is cheaper and sufficient. Cost-sensitive customers. Fixed data plans are more affordable upfront compared to unlimited daily data packs. Many users wanted a cheaper option without committing to 600 rupees or 900 rupees monthly unlimited plans. Now coming to last question, is there any plan that is discontinued after the 5G launch, and what is the reason for it? Plans that were discontinued by Wavecon are Plan 8, Plan 9, and Plan 10 after 5G was rolled out. As you can see clearly here that after 5G there is no revenue metric here, so they were continued by Wavecon, and you will see why. Reasons why Plan 8, Plan 9, and Plan 10 were discontinued are: Plan 8 offered a very short-term validity, offering only 1 GB per day, which was not attractive after 5G launch. Users preferred long-term plans that cover at least a month or more, and it also demanded constant daily recharge, which was inconvenient for users. Plan 9, which is a combo plan of talk time and fixed data pack, it offered only low data, which is 300 MB, extremely insufficient for 5G needs. 5G users consume much more data even with basic activities like video calls or YouTube streaming. Plan 10 offered 6 GB per day for 3 days validity. Again, very short validity, only 3 days. Although 6 GB per day is a good amount, but the short validity made it inconvenient for users needing longer term plans. Users would have to recharge too frequently, causing dissatisfaction. Some other reasons as to why these plans were discontinued. It offered low profitability since these plans weren't generating significant revenue, Wavecon might have decided to phase them out to focus on more lucrative offerings. Second, resource optimization. Maintaining low-performing plans can be inefficient. By discontinuing them, Wavecon could redirect resources toward promoting higher-performing plans or designing better options for 5G users. Marketing competitiveness. If competitors were offering more appealing alternatives, these older plans might have struggled to remain viable in the market. Customer preferences. Plans with less revenue often indicate lower adoption rates, suggesting that these plans didn't align well with customer needs and preferences. And last, strategic transition. The launch of 5G provided the perfect opportunity to streamline the portfolio, ensuring all available plans met the demands of the new technology and contributed positively to Wavecon's overall revenue. Now, here are my recommendations as to how Wavecon can improve these plans and make them better for the users. Firstly, for the plans that are performing well, Wavecon can continue these plans without major changes, can promote them heavily via marketing, especially highlighting their data benefits, validity periods, and 5G readiness. Wavecon can offer small cashback or bonus data for these plans to retain loyal users and bundle them with additional perks like free OTT subscriptions, extra talk time, etc. to increase appeal. For plans that need review, Wavecon can do minor changes for these plans, and these plans are Plan 13. Wavecon can revise the plan to offer at least 1.5 GB per day, as 750 MB per day is too low for 5G users. If for price-sensitive customers that are the target, market it for basic smartphone users like secondary phones or older people. Alternatively, Wavecon can merge this plan with another existing low data pack to simplify offerings. Now, the overall recommendations would be to focus on longer validity, high daily data packs for the 5G generation, keeping the plan structures simple. Users prefer clear benefits, example 2G per day for 84 days. Offering family data packs or shared data packs to tap into multi-device users. Regularly analyzing plan-wise performance and retiring underperforming plans faster. Finally comes the live dashboard. Here you can see all the important KPI metrics, revenue, average revenue per user, total active users, and total unsubscribed users. Total revenue for Wavecon was 31.9 billion rupees. Under revenue, you can clearly see here under the table visual, Mumbai tops the list in all the cities in generating most revenue, most amount of revenue. You can sort this table visual by change percent, and now you will see that Lucknow tops this list in generating more revenue after 5G was rolled out. In average revenue per user, you will see that if I sort it by average revenue per user, here also Mumbai tops this list in generating more revenue also after 5G. But if I sort this by change percent, then Raipur, a small city, tops this list of generating most amount of revenue with a change percent of 22.25. Here you can see the monthly trend of this chart. After 5G, values were significantly higher than before 5G, right from the beginning. But personally, it started declining initially in initial stages. Then it increased sharply till the end of the time period. Therefore, it shows that customers in initial stages felt uneasy, maybe due to the pricing standards or network issues, but they started getting inclined towards 5G technology and started opting for it. Now, in market share view, you can clearly see, as I told you, that Wavecon is not the only one who is in this field. There are many other industries like PIO, Dataphone, Bridel. This ribbon chart shows you the market share percentage of every other industry. Here, Wavecon, you can clearly see, is in the third position. Before 5G, Wavecon was at the same position, the third position, and after 5G too, it remained at the same position. Therefore, it shows that Wavecon is performing really good in terms of market share. At the end of September, Wavecon Wavecon's market share was 17.84%, but before 5G, it was 19.43%. Therefore, it shows a clear decline in market share percentage. Here are the top 5 cities and bottom 5 cities chart for revenue, for active users, unsubscribed users. In unsubscribed users, you can clearly see that Mumbai tops the list, where the users unsubscribe the most, followed by Delhi, Kolkata, Bangalore, and Chennai. Now coming to the last view, the plans. Plan 1, you can clearly see that it successfully generated the most amount of revenue for Wavecon. Before 5G, it was 1.8 billion rupees, and after 5G, it generated 2.4 billion rupees. If I come to post 5G plans like Plan 11, which was also in the list of well-performing plans, you can clearly see that it generated a good amount of revenue for Wavecon, which is 1.9 billion rupees. In the monthly revenue chart, you can clearly see that in the first month, it generated 414 million rupees. And at the end of September, it generated 482 million rupees, showing a clear good sign of this plan to be working good. If I check this after 5G and make it top 5 cities for plan 11, Mumbai here also tops the list. Wait, after 5G, yeah, Mumbai here also tops the list. Finally, for feedback and suggestions, feel free to connect with me on my social media handles, LinkedIn and GitHub, or you can email me directly at this email ID. Thank you.